Welcome back, artists. In this video, I'm going to color in this tulip bouquet. In the preceding video, which I'll put a link to below, I showed how I did the line drawing that you see here. I'm going to color it in now with watercolor graphite and then put on some watercolor paints. I'm going to use the graphite here to help establish my values. I find this a very helpful way to get my lights and darks properly down onto the page. All right, there we go. That's it for the watercolor graphite. I've established my lights and darks. As you can tell, I'm left-handed. I've put my source of light up here in the upper left corner by virtue of the way the shadow is coming down towards the lower right-hand corner. So now that I've done that, let's dive into using our watercolors. And in watercolor painting, you typically start from lights to darks. We could start with just about any color we want. I might start with a nice bright yellow. Just block in our colors here. And I envision this sort of being a multicolor bouquet. So I'm just going to dance around a little bit. Okay, now I just went around and touched up the various blooms and blossoms here, the tulip bulbs. Added some extra colors to help make them more three-dimensional. Let's get the leaves here now. I just put on sap green. This is viridian green. Part of the fun and the happy accidents with watercolor is getting comfortable with the idea of letting the colors blend and bleed into one another. When you're new to watercolors, it takes a little while to get used to that. So while the paper is still wet, I drop in a little bit of other color. Okay, that's a great big brilliant blue bow. So again, catch the shadow areas here. The first blue I used was cerulean blue. This is cobalt blue. Swash of this down on my glass vase and extend the stems of the tulips down into the vase here. Darken the centers of the tulips that are facing us. All right, I'm going to do the table really quickly here now. All right, a little bit of background just for context, a little bit of sky. Okay, now to loosen up a little bit more, I'm going to intentionally paint outside the lines. Fast and loose painting like this is just a certain style. Some people like it, some people don't. I think it's fun to do. Okay, now to add even a little bit more interest, I'm going to add some splatter. Just take a strong color like Prussian blue here. Load up my brush, splatter it onto the paper. That was Prussian blue. Let's try alizarin crimson. And there we are, a splattered tulip bouquet. We painted over our initial line drawing with the watercolor graphite. Came in moving from lights to darks in a more traditional manner with starting with the lights and then moving to the darks and finished with the splattering at the end. So please give me a thumbs up, please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.